Welcome back to Phinys Garage. It's Gray here, and today we're going to be working on my 1999 Mitsubishi Montero. On the bottom portion of the rear quarter panel, there was like these splash guards. These ones are on the front, but there's some on the back, and there's some adhesive holding it onto the car. Well, I took them off, and the adhesive stayed on the car. So what we're going to do is we're going to get that off in today's video. We're also going to sand them down and repaint them, and we're going to mount the rear splash guards back onto the car. This is residue from the rear splash guards that mount, right here to the bottom of the quarter panel. Well, I've been trying to get this stuff off. I used a heat gun. It won't come off. Like, it literally won't come off. You can see the scratches I left by using a heat gun and like a putty thingy. I also thought about using Goo Gone or Goo Off, but I don't have a power washer, so it's kind of pointless. So it left me with no other option, and that is sandpaper. I know it seems very unconventional, but hear me out, it actually works. The driver's side of the car, I actually sanded it down. It did make it very not level. Like right here, this is raised, it'll need to be sanded down. Here, same as well. But I can just get a sandpaper and sand this down so it's flush. But look at it. It got it all off. No adhesive left. No residue. Nothing. I even sanded underneath as well. So all I need to do is wash this and then we can paint it. Is on the passenger side, we are going to sand this all down. I have some 220 sandpaper that I'm going to hit it with first. And when it comes to like the bigger pieces that are slightly more raised, I'll hit it with 80 grit. The only thing left I have to do is level off the surface here because there's a slight raise, and then sand the rest of the bottom portion of the quarter panel here. I finished sanding down both sides and I cleaned them as well. So far, before paint, this is what the driver's side looks like. It looks really good. And then on the passenger side, it looks great too. All clean, no grease anywhere, and I'm ready to tape it up, get all the the plastic sheeting up so we don't get paint on anywhere else on the car, and then start painting this thing. We'll kind of stick to the previous line that was put on the car. Let's see if we can get a clean peel here. Did we do a good job? Oh my gosh, I actually did a really good job so far. I'd say that's really good. This is a really clean line. It also looks really good because I made sure not to have tiger stripes in it. I know it's very common when you're painting with a spray can, but if you do it right, you don't have to worry about it. So you can see that weird dark line. That's the clear coat that they put on there when they resprayed the car. They did like some weird job. I don't know. We're gonna do a quick mock-up on both sides. See, do we need adhesive? Maybe we do, maybe we don't. I think we might because we need to close this gap. I'm very interested to see how cool they look since they're both painted and the rear bottom quarter panels are painted as well. I think I will have to put adhesive on it because you can see there's a slight gap here and then a big gap up here. And I think if we put the adhesive on there, it would really fix the gap because then this could hold to the car and it would look really good. But from a distance, it looks great. It looks really good. Just a quick walk around. You can tell by looking at this silver and the silver that came on the car from the factory. This is a bit more tan gray, I guess you could say, tan silver. This is a bit more blue silver. I went for this color because I think it looks amazing. I didn't want something like that. I wanted something like newer looking, but we will have to use adhesive. Yeah, especially right here because there's a huge gap. If you just press on this, it goes, hello there. Yeah, same mouth. Something that I just now noticed when I was putting the rear splash guard on was that there was 2 bolt holes here that didn't have bolts in them. So what I did is these 2 bolts that you see right here, I took them from the parts car on this side. I figured, well, rather than not have them on there, since I have this car, let's just take them off of here and then put them on the car that we're keeping. I didn't even notice that. I guess when I bought the car, they didn't have them on there. Why? I have no clue. But now, it's fully complete. We got the 2 bolts, everything's secure. These splash guards are both mounted. That's the passenger side, and this is the driver's side. They look really good, aside from needing adhesive tape along the edges here to create a tight seal so no water or anything gets down in there and corrodes or makes a huge mess. And this is the final result of the bottom portion of the quarter panel painted, along with the rear splash guards painted and mounted. I think it looks really good. And there's no tiger striping on the quarter panel at all. I did a really good job at making sure there were no tiger stripes. It looks very, very clean. It really does look brand new. And then along with the driver's side, it just looks really good. I'm so happy with the way that they turned out. I can't wait to put the rear bumper on because it's just gonna match. It's just gonna go new silver, and it's gonna look amazing from the rear end.